What's up, guys? Skippy Africanus here. Today we have the official after-range report for the bane of the ISA itself, the Hellion the Springfield Hellion. I promise you guys that I did not buy this because it looks like the STA-55 from Killzone, though I would be lying if I said there wasn't like a small percentage, that being the reason that I got this. Now, all jokes aside, shooting-wise, when I brought it out the first time, it was kind of a little bit, well, it was terrible. I was trying to sight this Vortex crossfire that came with it, and I don't know what was going on, but I was burning through ammo, and I was really struggling to get it sighted in. I don't know what was going on. So I didn't get to do a lot of offhand shooting and all that, which I wanted to do. So we had to do a second range trip. Now, that being said, from the first range trip, I was obviously giddy to get to shoot this thing the first time. And then after that first trip, though it was a little bit terrible and mostly bench rest shooting, I was about 10 times more giddy to bring it out, and shoot it again. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to go this weekend and bring it out again. This is a very pleasant gun to shoot, very pleasant gun to handle. Obviously it works and all that, I didn't test too many different ammo brands, but I haven't seen anyone really complaining about different ammo brands. I mainly was running 62 grain Federal ammunition. And no issues aside from my magazine splitting in half. I don't know what the deal with that was. But so after range report, I am more than satisfied with this purchase. Usually I'll get a little bit of a buyer's remorse, even if I can afford it. It's like, I don't know, spending a lot of money, I'm like, should I have done that? I've had this thing for about, 2 weeks now? I haven't felt it yet. Honestly, if I could go back in time, because I bought this because it was like $1,600. It was on sale pretty much, came with the site and all that. If I were to go back in time with that same knowledge when these things first dropped for like, what was it, $2K? I would have bought it immediately. This thing is absolutely amazing. Now, I still do want to take it out to some matches. I think I'm going to be able to go to one in about 2 weeks by the looks of it. And one thing I want to try when it comes to shooting while moving around and all that is how the 40 round mag feels in this thing. Because I did bring a 40 rounder when I was sighting it in the second time as well. But the only thing is, though, it was being extra. It was too long, basically. Though I think that had more to do with the fact that when I run 42 rounders, which I run standard on my AUG, I have that vertical foregrip kind of raising the gun up. So I think 40 rounders are still probably viable with this thing. I still do want to test it out, though. I mean, even if they aren't, it kind of sucks because I like having that little extra 10 rounds or whatever. But that is something I do want to test out. But overall, definitely glad that I purchased this, if you guys could not tell. Now, with these things, let me go backtrack a little bit, because one of the things that I did get to test out while I was out there, aside from just offhand shooting, which nice thing about bullpups is you got all the weight kind of in the back. There's a little bit more front weight on this one than the AUG. But with that, I wasn't really tiring out while standing. I can normally hold the rifle up for a fairly long time, but it was still, it's like the CX4 and the AUG, where it's so balanced that it just handles well with longer range shooting or whatever, or I can't speak right now, with prolonged standing while shooting. Anyways, one thing I did test with this thing though was you can supposedly shoot, if you have to switch shoulders with, go to left-handed. Now, if you guys don't know, on the Springfield Hellion, you can completely swap the bolt around. There is another dust cover here that you can just take this back thing off and swap the bolt head, close this one up. You can run it shooting left-handed, but sometimes, when you're in a match, something like that, for whatever reason, you got to swap hands. And one problem with bullpups that people always bring up is brass hitting you in the face if you do that. With this thing, I tested it out, and I can confirm that that was not a problem. I think I fired around 20 rounds doing that, and I didn't have a single piece of brass hit me in the face at all. So that was pretty cool. Some other things I would like to add too, I think, the ambidextrous controls are pretty neat. I do like the safety over the AUG. It's just a little bit easier to manipulate and stuff like that. And then obviously your charging handles, ambi, kind of going over everything with this gun. And then there was another thing that I did not get to test out, and that was the iron sights that it comes with. And I was actually planning to test that out second range trip, and I just forgot. But when I was checking them out before I mounted the optic, I was noticing that they're very nice sights. it's definitely something I'm gonna have to test out. I mean, I'm obviously gonna be running an optic on here. I'm probably gonna get an EOTech on here, but it is nice when they still come with a nice stock sight. Maybe you don't want to buy an optic as soon as you get the gun. I have a hunch that these sights, you're not going to be too displeased with them. Anyways, yeah, I guess I'm kind of ranting now. That's the problem when I do these videos without a script, my bad. But anyways, yeah, overall opinion on the Hellion, I should have bought this thing earlier. But hope you all enjoyed the video as much as I personally enjoyed making it, and I will see y'all next time.